Okay guys, we're taking a look at a Magnetospeed T1000, actually a couple of them. One that is damaged and one that is not. And we're going to do some terminal ballistics analysis to see maybe what happened to this one. Now we just got back from the RX 3000 course in Rotan, Texas at Hawks Double Mountain Ranch. These were all mounted the same way behind the targets. These basically stick on Velcro on the back side of the steel. The steel overhangs the bottom by a little bit over a ½ inch, just to make sure that the bullet is not going to impact the mechanism. The way these work is when they get hit by a target, they'll blink at you. And they're pretty bright, so we'll go like this. I'm just moving it. And you can see that at long range. If you have them mounted at the bottom of the target, you might get enough movement at 2,000 yards or 2,500, 2,700, depending on where you have them mounted, to actually indicate a hit. If they're mounted on the top of the target, sometimes they're a little bit more difficult to see hits. The side might be a good option after today's investigation here. Here's one that's not destroyed. This one's still operational. You can see the prism is a soft, rubbery plastic deal. It can actually, those are a couple bullets that came through. They're coming from this side. The steel's in front of here. They're just peeking over the bottom of the prism. And we have two little holes that are basically self-sealed shut. And if you look from the side here, you'll see that there's a little bit of green coloration. That's the copper in the plastic kind of corroding due to oxygen after the hits. But it's all sealed up. They can take a lot of hits in this soft rubber deal before you have to replace these deals. However, this deal, when recovered, this is how it would be. Here's the actual light that's not working anymore. But it has some LED lights, and it has a little bit of circuitry in there. You can see where the prism used to be. This would be like this. So look at them like this. We have an impact down here on the bottom. Well, how the heck did that happen? Let's try to figure it out. So they're both mounted on the bottom of the target. And you can imagine, let's put it like this. The steel is in front. The bullets are coming in. I think this was at the 2,000 yard or the 1 mile. I don't remember. But the bullets are coming down at a very steep descending leg of the trajectory, very steep angle. So it could have missed over the top, or it could have missed right below it. And at that angle, if you hit a rock, so the bullet will be coming down kind of from this side like this. And I'm thinking if there's a rock down here on this side, it could have bounced off the rock here and bounced back up. Now another thing you'll see is you see a sideways impact of some kind of either something that got hit and flew up into it, but this was found, like I said, 25 or 30 yards away from the target. The little prism itself was gone, the strap was gone, the end cap was gone, and it's not operational. But it looks like something hit it. Also, you see this finish has some speckling in it, and it looks like that's either a splash from a bullet pretty near behind the target that might have ricocheted off of something behind there, or maybe secondary projectiles from a hit on something hard behind the target. Now, it wasn't rocky terrain. It's basically soft river bottom, but there's rocks existing anywhere in nature, so I don't know exactly what would have hit, but it appears that the bullet hit something behind there, and something flew up, either the bullet or something else flew back up, knocked this off, and made it fly 25 yards away. They had to find it. And so if someone can help me figure out what's going on there. I talked to the nice folks at Magnetospeed a couple minutes ago. I think it was Ryan down there. And he said go ahead and they send it in for analysis so they could get a couple sets of eyes on it to see if the warranty would cover it, because terminal ballistics is so complex, and being that it's a thing that attaches to a target, it would be hard to just do an automatic warranty on something like this, right? But I thought that it'd be more efficient, and I could also share my observations before I send it in on a video, if I have to send it in, to show you some things that do happen in the field when you're working at extreme long range with those kind of angles of fire. Just because it's behind the target doesn't mean that something can't come back and still get it. So keep that in mind. If you're taking cover from rifle fire, then bullets are coming down at a steep angle. If you got something mounted like a camera or anything, anywhere in the vicinity of the target area, you can mount a camera behind the target. And bullets will come down steep over the top and steep under the bottom. Actually, when they're peeking over the top, like this, at some ranges, they're coming down so steep that the bullet can actually come off the top here and nick that the same way. And if you're shooting really, really far, at the class we just did, we shoot at 3,030 yards. And so some of the bullets that come down to a very steep angle. And so you can still, even with an inch or a half inch of steel plate, and this is just peeking over the top, and the bullets that come down like this, it can deflect down and nick that still at ELR ranges. So maybe mounting it on the side would be more beneficial, even though our brains like to have stuff centered on the top or the middle, or the bottom rather. So just wanted to share that with you, and we'll see what Magnetospeed comes up with in terms of how they analyze it and if they want to cover it in the warranty or not. But be curious to see what happens. And there you go, guys.